One of the biggest misconceptions today on the real estate brokerage side of things is revenue share. What's up, folks? My name is McKeown. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas and the Orlando market of Florida. I began in the realm of real estate about 7 years ago, but it didn't start with me getting my real estate license. It actually started with a huge drive and desire to technically not be where my mom is today. Now, my mom is almost pushing in her mid-60s and still teaching middle school PE. Now, she certainly loves what she does, but I was a high school teacher in my first year of teaching high school, and there was no way in heck that I saw myself being able to teach high school for the next 40 years and then be sitting there wondering if I even had enough to retire off of. So that's really where real estate came in. That's where Rich Dad Poor Dad fell into my lap, and that's when rental properties was really what struck a nerve and started to change the total aspect of my life. Fast forward a year, I decided to get my real estate license, start building my business, start acquiring as many rental properties as possible, and build up as much passive income while also still teaching and growing my real estate business. Now, the beauty of hard work is I was actually able to leave teaching in just 2 years. I was able to pursue my goals and dreams in real estate full time. And the beauty of that is it allowed me to now start to truly build more than just one source of income. Now, fast forward 6 years of being licensed, I have about 7 or 8 streams of income, with the major 3 being my real estate commissions, my revenue share, and my rental properties. However, when I first got licensed, even though I didn't truly understand the magnitude of it, I was introduced to a real estate brokerage that was unveiling really something that was one of a kind, and that was revenue share. Now, along with revenue share, though, there was a heavy, and it continued to grow over time, negative stigma against what revenue share truly is and was. Now, the beauty of revenue share is it really stems from that initial interest in real estate, building my passive income source through rental properties. Now, the first 18 months of being licensed, I didn't even utilize the opportunity to grow revenue share. But now, being licensed close to 6 years, revenue share is my second leading source of income. Now, from the outside looking in, revenue share certainly could be seen as an MLM. Technically, it's tiered like an MLM, so some folks may see it solely as one. And on the flip side, they also may see it as a pyramid scheme. And I can tell you, it couldn't be any further from the truth. Now, to break down revenue share for you guys, especially for folks that are not licensed in real estate, or maybe you're in real estate, but you don't truly understand this model. For most brokerages, really leading up to maybe the last 5 to 7 years, most were brick and mortar. Most have, and still do, have a significant overhead. They've got to pay for brick and mortar, their staff, marketing, leads, so on and so forth. I even have a pretty horrible experience doing this last year, trying to build a real estate team, and I've since gone essentially completely virtual. But overall, there is a ton of expenses running your own real estate business, let alone running your own entire real estate brokerage that spans across the entire country. However, with the progression in technology in the realm of real estate, we've seen a huge change really over the last 5 to 10 years. A lot of folks are going virtual. We're actually seeing a lot more cloud-based brokerages. And when we're talking about cloud-based brokerages, we're now eliminating that brick and mortar. We're now eliminating a majority of that staff and a lot of other heavy overhead. And because we're eliminating a lot of those expenses, traditionally, the brokerage is who makes the money. The agents make a small portion, but traditionally, the brokerage is what is quite profitable. Now, if you're eliminating expenses on something that is already quite profitable, you have a substantial amount of profit. Now, because of that substantial amount of profit, there's a lot of real estate brokerages. I would say right now there's a solid 3 or 4 that offer now a revenue share model that instead of paying themselves, they actually pay back the agents that have helped grow the company. And now, if you're an agent, you're probably aware a majority of the work is done by the agent. The majority of the income is generated by the agent. So it should be the agents that are getting rewarded. So revenue share is exactly as it is, revenue share. Now, the brokerage I'm part of, Real Brokerage, pays out entirely all of its revenue if and only if all agents qualify for revenue share. I'm going to show you guys a quick breakdown of Real Brokerage's revenue share. Obviously, as you can see here, you need to have 10 to unlock tier 2, 15 to unlock tier 3, 20 to unlock tier 4, and 25 to unlock tier 5. Now, what exactly does that mean? It means you need to bring in agents that are producing or selling a certain amount of homes Technically, it's only about 2 a year, but you can't bring in a bunch of agents that just don't sell homes in order for you to unlock these additional tiers to take advantage of truly what revenue share can do for you. So I'm going to actually break down an example for you. Now, me personally, if I know an agent in my local market and they have a desire to join Real Brokerage, I'm going to bring them into the company and they're going to pay a pretty low split and cap of $85.15, a $12K cap. That $12K cap is paid to Real Brokerage, and technically all of that $12,000 can then be paid back to the agents that have attracted the agents prior. Now, with this particular agent, really any other brokerage is just going to pocket that revenue or pocket that $12,000 once they cap. However, with Real Brokerage and revenue share, a third of that is immediately paid back passively to me. Yes, $4,000 per agent is what I can earn from revenue share. Now, the person that attracted me to the company, that agent that I just brought on technically is their tier 2. So based off of that, they can earn $3,200 a year off of that agent, and it starts to tier down as you go further away. Now, the benefit of revenue share here is my intent with this agent bringing them into the company is that they become as successful as possible. Again, if I bring in someone that doesn't sell a single house, I'm not going to earn any revenue. And this is the big difference here when we're talking about MLMs or pyramid schemes. There's nothing that they have to buy into. There's nothing that they've got to technically sell a product for me to be able to collect any kind of income from them. If you go join any other brokerage across the entire country, you may not have a split, but you're going to have a transaction fee. If you don't have a transaction fee, you're probably going to have some kind of split, and more than likely, it's going to be more than $12,000. So to find a company that not only doesn't have a very large amount of fees, but also has about 8 or 9 different streams of income that you can earn, including revenue share, it's kind of honestly a no-brainer, especially if you're an individual that is looking to grow your brand, looking to grow maybe outside of your local market, or you're looking to just help offset that $12,000 cap. It only takes 3 agents for you to attract to where you no longer even pay Real Brokerage on an annual basis. Now, there are a ton of benefits when it comes to revenue share, not just from the individual agent's perspective, but from the entire brokerage's perspective. But the most attractive to me boils down to really the word that I use religiously, and that's leverage. Now, it may be a cliche saying, but we all have 24 hours in our day. Elon Musk has the same 24 hours that you and I have. I have the same 24 hours as everyone else. I have the same 24 hours as my dad and my mother. What I like to do with those 24 hours is the difference. Am I going to be working entirely every single hour of every single day? No. But I can tell you the benefit of revenue share is now I have one agent underneath me that has 24 hours as well. And I guarantee you I'm not going to be working every single hour that that agent is working. And then also, if they decide to attract and grow too, I can tell you my organization at Real Brokerage is 400 agents. There's no way I can work anywhere near the amount that those 400 agents that each have 24 hours in their own days to equate what I could do in just one 24-hour day. Now, as I mentioned before, there are certain qualifications that are needed to be met in order to collect off of tiers 2 through 5, but any individual agent that you attract to the company, you start earning income off of as soon as they start closing homes. And then on top of that, if they start to see the opportunity here at Real Brokerage, they can then attract, and as long as you start to build your front line or direct agents underneath you, you could start collecting off of tiers 2 through 5 and making tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue share. So for some, it certainly could be seen as an MLM. It could certainly be seen as a pyramid scheme. But what I can tell you, again, if I bring someone into the company and they don't sell a single house, I just kind of wasted my time bringing them into a company that they are going to just wind up leaving. Now, on the flip side, if I bring them in, maybe they're a newer agent or an agent that needs some help, and they start to produce, and they start to sell homes, and they start to pay down that cap, which then pays me revenue share, they also then get a little bit hungry and start to attract other agents. I no longer make just $4,000 off of that agent every single year. I now make $4,000 plus $3,200 off of the agent that they just attracted last week, assuming that agent is able to pay their full $12,000 cap. But on top of that, maybe that agent then gets a little bit hungry and decides to attract an agent for themselves. Now, off of one single agent that I brought on, I'm now collecting $4,000 from that agent, $3,200 from the agent that they attracted, and now $2,400 from the agent that they attracted that is now on my tier 3. Now, my personal organization here at Real Brokerage is anywhere between 35 and 40 agents on the front line. My total organization, though, is 400. So you can see the difference of just me and my personal agents that I have attracted. There's still another 360 people within my organization that other agents that I've brought on have attracted to Real Brokerage. And again, that's 360 agents that I may or may not have had a direct impact on attracting to the company, but 360 agents that I'm able to collect on an annual basis. Now, all of this is completely transparent. You can actually see who your sponsor is or who brings you into the company. But also on top of that, you can see their direct sponsor. You can also see 5 levels up and have the ability to reach out to any of them for any kind of assistance, guidance, help. So the collaboration aspect from an entire real estate brokerage that currently is only at about 10,000 members, but looking to grow to north of 100,000, the collaboration opportunity is huge. I personally know a ton of agents on my tiers 2, 3, and 4 that I jump on a call regularly, whether it be to help for attraction purposes or just about real estate in general. These are folks that I would have never been able to connect with had it not been for me bringing in an agent who brought in another agent who then connected me with that agent maybe in Maine while I'm down in Texas. And really, at the end of the day, this is a model that benefits the agents. No longer is it a model that benefits the broker or the brokerage and they keep a majority of the income while the agents suffer. This is actually a model that saves the agents a ton of money and gives them a huge upside in terms of earning income that, at the end of the day, this income that I'm earning and this income that I'm generating on a monthly basis is actually going to be able to be willed down to anyone within my family. So not only is this impacting my personal life and my trajectory in my business, but it's also going to impact my future generations that are hopefully to come. Hopefully I explained revenue share for you guys a little bit better than what you may understand it to be. And if you're not in the real estate industry, revenue share is a huge opportunity. I don't suggest that you just go get your real estate license just to take advantage of revenue share, but getting your real estate license could be step 1 to building an organization at a brokerage, whether it be Real Brokerage or another brokerage, and build that passive income far easier than it is to build my rental portfolio passive income, really just by having conversations and building relationships. I appreciate all the support, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help. And stay tuned for the next video.